So I've gone viral on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and even X, but I've never gone viral on LinkedIn until now. Stay tuned and I'll show you what I'm going to do. Welcome to Bimoto's AI Power 20, where every week I answer your questions and help you grow with AI. Use Bimoto, use all the resources that are out there to be able to help you grow and succeed. Be sure that you hit subscribe and that you hit like so I can deliver these really cool insights into your inbox every week in less than 20 minutes. This week, I'm going to answer a question that came in from Ashley. Well, it says Ashley, but I don't think that that's the name. But that's what comes in right here. So it says, this has been on my mind all weekend and I want to get the best of it. So, but I caved and hoping, look, you can ask me questions anytime. You don't have to cave, but it says I've created a few different avatars. And with Bimoto, every single week, I show you how to create avatars that learn you, that create resonant content, to use predictive analytics to be able to really capture the essence of your target market and help convert them. It says a few things I'd like to do. I'd like to do blogs, email drip campaigns for new leads, and a text drip campaign for new leads. That's a lot of stuff in only 20 minutes. So today I'm going to show you how to take advantage of blogs. And if you show up on Wednesday, every Wednesday at 2 o'clock Mountain, 4 o'clock Eastern, 1 o'clock Pacific, I think I just missed Central, 3 o'clock Central, I'm going to show you how to be able to do that. And I'll even get into some of these drip campaigns. But we have templates for everything. And because of this great email, I even made it better. So I'm going to show you how to do it. A few things I'd like to get down to be able to figure them out. He said he used ChatGPT. No, I'll show you how to be able to do it efficiently without having to guess on that, because I'd rather use Bimoto. That's what I'm going to help you do, my friend. And so if there's a video that has these answers, I'd love you to do it. And I just wrote what I write to anybody that writes to me that wants some answers. I try to help you each week, and it fits perfectly with what I'm doing this week on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is amazing, but man, there's a lot of things to learn with it. I went on to YouTube and I am determined to go viral there because I've gone viral other places, and my tribe lives on LinkedIn. I love X. I love how fast it works, but I get more leads from LinkedIn than any other source. I get great leads from that. So I want to show you how, what I did is I go into YouTube, I download some videos from some of the top influencers. And I think I got this from 3 or 4 different influencers. I took their videos, I threw them into Bimoto, and I had Bimoto then go through and give me the most important points from their presentations. And some of them are like an hour each. So this saved me a ton of time to be able to do this. And one of the things that they say on there is understanding engagement actions. So when you're writing, did you know that sharing, if somebody shares your article, it gives you way more credit towards going viral than just about anything else? So you're going to see, if you're a part of the AI mastermind group, I'm going to encourage you, when you post something on the LinkedIn, let the other people know so that you can then have them go on, like, and comment it. Comments get you 2.5 points. This is according to this influencer, and likes only 1 point. So what you're really trying to do is optimize your posts so they can be shared. So what she said inside of there, and by the way, I love reverse engineering everything that people say and then putting them into templates into Bimoto. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So I'm going to go over this document in more detail. But one of the main things that you have to do to get leads, like I'm talking about today, is if you want to get leads, you have to be able to make sure that when people go and check out your profile, that you don't look like a complete schlub, right? You got to be professional. Last week, I went through on how to fill out your profile better and the templates that you should use on Bimoto. But they're also going to be checking out your articles. They want to see if you're legit, if you're doing the right things. So inside of this, they recommend having great engaging content with a great call to action at the end. Ideas, it talks about some different things like motivational posts. And I'm going to show you some templates that can help with that as well. But crafting purposeful posts, I'm going to show you some templates for that. Some disruption strategies. So interrupt the pattern of typical posts to catch attention. And that's part of training your avatar on there. I'm going to talk in future just AI Power 20s about the leveraging DMs. But I still think before you DM, you need to have something on your profile that makes you look like you know what you're talking about. And then using AI's LinkedIn algorithm to your advantage is keywords. I'm going to show you that and employ line by line formatting for improved skimmability. Now you say that email from Ashley said blogs. Well, this works for both of them. So LinkedIn and blogs. Identifying your target market. I've done that on different videos, but I'm going to go through it more on the call. And promoting your content. And then here's the big one I wanted you to go and see, which is committing to consistency, daily posting. Now, I post every day on X because it's super simple and I can pre-publish them, but I only publish right now 5 days per week on LinkedIn. And I'm going to get better at that. In fact, I'm going to do it up to 3 times as I'm ramping up all these systems this month for you guys. I'm also implementing my systems to be able to do that. And participation in live events, Q&A sessions. Right now, LinkedIn is also giving you credit for going live. So, and videos as well. But here's why you do it. Only 1 to 3% of LinkedIn's 1.1 billion users actively create content. But the thing is that there's millions of decision makers that don't create content. Do you know 4 in 5 users, they say on LinkedIn, are decision makers? So if you've got a business service, if you're doing B2B, you really should be on LinkedIn. And what I have found is I've stopped spending so much time on Instagram, even though I created some videos that went viral. It wasn't my tribe, I guess you could say. And so my target audience that I sell B2B with Bimoto is to other business owners. And so I'm spending more and more time, and I'm going to get it down, and I'm going to show you my journey each week as I do this better and better. Heck, I've gone viral on all these different platforms. So why in the world shouldn't I figure this out on LinkedIn and show you how I do it as I go? So let's go over to Bimoto and let's show how simple it is to create some of these. All right, so let's go into the chats and see. I've been testing some of these different things, and I'm going to just show you just the process right from the start. So today is, as I'm recording this, it is April 7th, 2025, just a note for me. Put that in there. I'm going to grab my Jeffrey AI avatar right there because it's been trained on my target market. It's been trained on the trigger words I like to use. It's been trained on the ways to grab attention. And every week, if you have questions, I on the call, I go through a lot of that with you as well. But I'm going to go into the templates and then just going to show you what it looks like right from the beginning. And all you've got to type in right here is LinkedIn. So I know that, that Ashley in that email wrote that I want to write blogs. Well, hang with me because this works for LinkedIn and it works for blogs. So just click right here, that arrow, okay, and the target market. Now, I have trained my avatar really thoroughly. So all I have to do is say, see my avatar. And the thing is that you really should get really specific. Who is it that I sell a lot of high ticket to? I sell a lot of high ticket to businesses doing $50,000 that want to scale to $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 a month. And so my avatar has been trained to be able to talk to professionals in that area. My company name, I'm just going to put Bimoto AI in there. Article ideas. I also, inside of my avatar, I've trained it to be able to use a lot of different books, a lot of different famous authors. So I'm just going to say, see my avatar reference files. And let's pick one of the books that I put in there, referring to The Strangest Secret. Great book, by the way. And Nightingale Conant, it was just great book. His voice, you got to look that up. It's called The Strangest Secret. It is amazing. And I'm going to put on here AI marketing and sales and other possible synonyms because it's going to give me synonyms. There we go. Bingo. And I'll just put here, give me suggestions too. and then I hit generate. And what this is going to do is this is going to go through, it's going to reference this book, modernize it by putting AI marketing and sales into the concepts that are taught in there. And so if you want to, there's a lot of different ways that I can tell you to come up with ideas, but I constantly talk about AI marketing and sales. So it's right now referencing all of these different files that I've referenced in there. I've trained it thoroughly on my target market with my avatar. And so it's given me a bunch of suggestions here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hit browse templates, and I'm just going to go to number 2 right here. Let's just pick one of these. Let's see. By the way, it's programmed to give you keywords that correlate with the header. This is really important, and it's important that you know that it uses these keywords, if you want to use them, with a keyword density of 1 to 2%, which is ideal for Google. So if you're doing blogs, if you're doing LinkedIn, it doesn't matter. So be bold. The high risky. Okay, why not? Let's grab that one. Put as my favorite headline. Let's grab the summary of that one. Put it in there. Tone and style. I'm going to just say, see my avatar and reference files. Boom, my name, Jeffrey Boyle, spell my name right. My title, CEO, company overview. I'm just going to use that multiple times right there. See my avatar and reference files. Same thing with my market overview. It does that. The keyword it's suggesting for this one is high risk marketing. Sounds good to me. I'm going to do about 800 words, an example of success or story related to the topic. Let's put high risk marketing. So in our first year, we did multiple 6 figures as an AI platform. This year, we are on track to be a multi-million-dollar company. There we go. So now it's going to go through. It's going to go into the strangest secret, I guess, if you will, and take some of the principles that are from that. It's going to take my tone and style that I've programmed my avatar to be able to do. And what's nice about this is if you really wanted to, this is going to do an 800-word article. So what's really cool also about LinkedIn is that if you're networking on a constant basis, then it's going to help you be able to put that newsletter every week in front of your first generation leads. So let's see what it did here. So it starts off, let's check first with the keyword phrase. Let's search for that and make sure it did it. Okay, high risk marketing. It put it in the title. Let's go to the next one. It put it in the first paragraph or in the first main section. Then it put it in the next section. Oh my goodness, this is definitely going to satisfy the keyword density. Then what it also does, if you're using WordPress, it creates for you a 120 to 156 character meta description, which is super helpful for SEO. This doesn't apply if you're doing LinkedIn, but it's great because it also talks about, if you're going and you see all the things that they suggest, is that right here, of course, identify your target market. My avatar does that. I make sure that it's employing line by line formatted for skimmability. You can see right here, it's got listicles all throughout inside of here, and it uses the keyword. What's great about it too is I always like to take this and compare it to third party testers of AI presence. And because it uses my words, because it uses everything that's within my avatar, I'm going to go to my avatar here. I've trained it with these cool old books that, it doesn't hurt to do them because they're not copyrighted anymore. Use of emotional trigger words. You can see this. If I were to give a report on it, it's words that cause people to have a reaction to things. And then in my editable files, I've trained my avatar not only to know my target niche, but also my brand style approach, where I've told it on how to write in a way that grabs attention, to be polarizing and opinionated. You can't be vanilla online anywhere anymore if you want to grab attention. and it just makes it so much more interesting to read. I've also programmed it. I'll scroll down here where it uses words that I want it to be put into the content. Be bold, be real, say what you mean, don't cower, stop tiptoeing, and be raw. So all of these words are then integrated into all of the content that I create. It's SEO optimized. And if you're trying to get leads on LinkedIn, you're going to look like a pro because it's using so many of the characteristics of the top LinkedIn article writers. So it doesn't matter if you're on a blog, it doesn't matter if you're using whatever platform. There's so many platforms out there where you can create content, but I always recommend that you give it a good read through. But what's great about this is it's making sure that all the paragraphs are 2 to 3 sentences. I can tell you that people on LinkedIn still, even though they're business professionals, they still are going to skim most of your articles. This is a very skimmable article because it's got bullet points. It's got the numbers that are on here on capitalizing on trends. And I can tell you, this is the article that I'm going to use tomorrow. This may be a little bit too long for a post, so I'll ask it to break it down a little bit further. So Ashley, you asked for a couple different ways to be able to output content. That is a dandy one there, and I'll show you tomorrow, or I guess this comes out tomorrow, but on Wednesday, be sure you're on the call and I'll be able to help you with your emails and be able to help you with some more of your questions. I really hope you understand that LinkedIn is a powerhouse, and there's so many different things that I'm going to be sharing with you in the next couple of weeks on all of these top influencers, what they're doing. I've had Bimoto boil it down so I can really go out and share with you what the top people are doing. And I'll just give you a taste of it. But one of the main things they talk about is cleaning up your network. So if you're going to start to go out to the right people, you need to make sure the right people are in your network. That way it will attract the right people, of course. The daily LinkedIn activity schedule, I'm going to show you the activity schedule that I'll be following. And I'm going to show you the templates that the top influencers on LinkedIn use, as well as the step-by-step of what you have to do to set up your checklist. If you're on LinkedIn to get leads, and I hope you're on social media to make money if you're coming to Bimoto, we help small businesses launch, scale, and profit. So I hope you're there to do it, and I'm going to show you what some of the top people are teaching to be able to make it work. I've done well in a lot of platforms, and I have found that even with only about 6,000 followers on LinkedIn, my network continues to grow. But even without all the frenetic activity that's on X, I'm getting leads and great contacts. And I can't wait to share that with you. So be sure you're on the call every Wednesday at 2 o'clock Mountain, 4 o'clock Eastern. Be sure that you're sharing this. And if this has been helpful to you, make sure you subscribe and that you share this with somebody else in your network. I'll see you this Wednesday at 2 o'clock Mountain.